Congratulations on your decision to purchase and use the Reeves Afterburner and Safety Loader. Today, we're going to present the proper way to utilize this remarkable piece of equipment. There are several extremely important things you need to remember to operate the unit safely. First and foremost, this video is not an acceptable substitute for reading the entire instruction manual supplied with the Afterburner. This video is merely a tool we've produced to help you understand the importance of only the main items contained in the manual. You must become familiar with the entire manual in order to minimize the risk of injury to yourself, your co-workers, and any bystanders who might be in the area. The second thing you must remember is the Afterburner uses a vapor withdrawal bottle. Use only the Afterburner regulator shown here to supply LP fuel to the Afterburner. It's the small regulator preset at the factory to 7 to 12 pounds of pressure. Next, you must never adjust the pressure settings on the Afterburner regulator to exceed 12 pounds. If the fuel pressure is higher than the factory settings, serious damage to the unit will occur. With these things in mind, let's now learn how to correctly operate the Reeves Afterburner. Step 1. Connect and tighten one end of the 25-foot LP gas hose to the Afterburner needle valve. Once again, be sure to use only the regulator for the Afterburner. This unit comes with a male POL connector for use with the vapor withdrawal LP gas cylinder valve only. Attach the regulator assembly male POL connector to the vapor valve on the LP gas cylinder. Some cylinders can have a female valve and be liquid withdrawal. If you're not sure, have an LP gas supplier verify it for you. Step 2. Move the LP gas cylinder away from the kettle or source of the flame. Look things over. Check all parts for damage or defects. Check hoses and fittings for proper appearance. Don't use anything that doesn't look right. Make sure all LP gas fittings are tight. Make sure the Afterburner valve is off. Turn on the LP gas cylinder valve about 1/2 turn. Use a soap solution to check for leaks. If a leak is detected, turn off the cylinder valve. Repair all leaks before continuing to the next step. Let's take a moment to review. First, you must read and become familiar with the instruction manual that comes with the Reeves kettle and Afterburner. This video does not contain all of the information you need to operate the equipment safely. Use only the Afterburner regulator to supply LP fuel to the Afterburner. Never exceed 12 pounds of pressure with the Afterburner regulator. Never attempt to operate a kettle or Afterburner if you detect a gas leak. Always repair the leaks before using the equipment. Now let's go on to step 3. Make sure the fire arrestor screens are in place and are not damaged. There are a total of 3 in the current Afterburner design. 2 are in the main Afterburner chimney, and 1 is in the safety loader smoke evacuation tube. To check the 2 fire screens in the main Afterburner chimney, remove the wing bolt and the cover. Slide the fire arrestor screens out and look them over. If they are clean and not damaged, slide them back in the unit and secure them with the cover and the wing bolt. If they are dirty, carefully clean them with tar and asphalt remover. Make sure they are thoroughly dry before reinstalling them in the unit. If the fire screens are damaged, replace them with new ones. Never operate the Afterburner without fire screens. A flash fire could occur, resulting in serious personal injury. To check the fire screen in the safety loader smoke evacuation tube, open the safety loader door, remove the pin located on top of the evacuation tube, and remove the screen from inside the safety loader. If the fire screen is clean and not damaged, replace it by inserting the screen into the evacuation tube through the safety loader and holding it in place with the pin you removed earlier. If it is dirty, carefully clean it with tar and asphalt remover. Make sure it is thoroughly dry before reinstalling it in the unit. If the fire screen is damaged, replace it with a new one. Never operate the afterburner without fire screens. A kettle flash could occur, resulting in serious personal injury. Once the inspected fire screens are in place and while the kettle is cold, load the kettle as full as possible with chopped bitumen through the main kettle lid. Close the kettle lid and start the initial melt. Refer to the kettle manual for instructions on cold start loading or heating the kettle with bitumen above the flues. If you do not have a manual, call us at Reeves and we will send you a set. Once the bitumen is melted, all additional bitumen should be added through the safety loader door. To use the safety loader, open the loading door and put in chopped bitumen. Smaller pieces are better. They will melt more quickly and float away from under the door better. Close the door and lift the loader handle to deposit chopped bitumen into the kettle. As bitumen is used, add more immediately. Check the dipstick to check the level. The dipstick ends about 1.5 inches above the flues. Never let the bitumen level drop below the dipstick. You cannot put as much bitumen in through the safety loader as you can through the kettle lid, so don't get behind. It is extremely important that you continue adding bitumen as it is being used. At this point, we want to stress some more safety issues. Do not open the kettle lid with the Reeves Afterburner in operation and do not touch the Afterburner chimney. It is very hot and could cause serious personal injury. Open the Afterburner stack cover. You can light the Afterburner once you have lit the kettle burners and closed the kettle lid. You can even wait until you see the first visible signs of smoke before lighting the Afterburner. Make sure the Afterburner valve is closed. Open the vapor LP gas cylinder valve all the way on the LP gas cylinder. Open the Afterburner needle valve about 1/8 of a turn. Press and hold the red button on the solenoid valve and light the burner using the lighter rod on the kettle or a spark lighter of some kind. While holding the red button in, adjust the Afterburner valve to a moderate flame. Continue holding the red button on the solenoid valve for about a minute and then release it. If the Afterburner unit remains lit, proceed to the next step. If the Afterburner unit goes out, refer to the instruction manual for troubleshooting. Adjust the needle valve as needed to eliminate smoke. The regulator has been set at 7 to 12 pounds at the factory. This setting should be satisfactory. But if you need to adjust the regulator for some reason, never exceed 12 pounds of pressure. One thing to note, if the kettle lid needs to be opened for any reason, turn off the Afterburner by turning off the Afterburner valve. Now let's talk about shutting down the Afterburner. When shutting down for the day, turn off the cylinder valve first. Let existing gas in the line burn out and then turn off the burner valve. Then close the Afterburner stack cover. If smoke and odor is a problem after you have shut down your kettle, continue running the Afterburner until the kettle has cooled. Then follow the shutdown procedure we just described. Before concluding this video, let's review some important things. You must read and become familiar with the instruction manual that comes with the Reeves kettle and Afterburner. This video does not contain all of the information you need to operate the equipment safely. Use only the Afterburner regulator to supply LP fuel to the Afterburner. It is the smaller regulator shown here, and it is preset at the factory to 7 to 12 pounds of pressure. Next, you must never adjust the pressure settings on the Afterburner regulator to exceed 12 pounds. If the fuel pressure is higher than 12 pounds, serious damage to the unit will occur. Never operate the Afterburner without clean and undamaged fire screens. A kettle flash could occur, resulting in serious personal injury. Never attempt to operate the kettle or Afterburner if you detect a gas leak. Always repair the leaks before using the equipment. Never let the bitumen level drop below the dipstick. You cannot put as much bitumen in through the safety loader as you can through the kettle lid, so don't get behind. Do not open the kettle lid with the Reeves Afterburner in operation, and do not touch the Afterburner chimney. It is very hot and could cause serious personal injury. Never exceed 12 pounds of pressure with the Afterburner regulator. Serious damage to the equipment will occur. In closing, don't take chances. Work carefully, and you should not have any problems. This equipment has been around for years and has a proven safety track record when used properly.